What is going on, guys? Welcome to Greggles TV. This video is all about a comparison of the new iPhone 14 Pro Max. Got the deep purple here with the new notch at the top and always on display versus the Galaxy Z Fold 4, Samsung's newest foldable phone. This is the beige and it is a beaut, and it's a foldable phone. So, you know, these phones really aren't competitors to each other in a lot of ways. This phone's really more of a competitor to the Galaxy S22 Ultra currently, and the S23 Ultra when that comes out in a few months. But still, I wanted to compare these two phones in a variation of different things, such as cameras and display and speakers and just overall usage of these two phones. So without further ado, let's jump into it. First of all, let's talk about the look of this. iPhone is absolutely a beautiful phone. Everything about this phone is just super, super nice. Very premium looking, feeling device overall. You might hate this up top, but it's kind of cool in a way, some of the things you can do with the dynamic island overall. So I don't think it's a bad thing. It's just, you know, some people love it, some people hate it. I hate it in certain instances, and I'll go through that as we go through the video. And then you got the Galaxy Z Fold 4, which in its own right is one of just a few phones that is actually foldable. And the big takeaway from this one is you get this huge giant 7.6-inch display versus, you know, what you get on the iPhone, which I believe is 6.7 inches. So you look at these two phones, it's, you know, the iPhone's basically a little bit taller, but at the end of the day, it's about the screen size is about the size of two iPhones. So looks wise, I'd have to give premium feeling to the iPhone, but cool factor, definitely the Galaxy Z Fold 4. All right, here's gaming, for instance, on here, which is a huge difference. You look at these two phones, you have the phone right here from Apple, and you can see it has the cutout still there, gets in the way of the whole viewing experience, takes off, I don't know, 5% of the display that's unusable basically to use this. And plus you play this and you have a much smaller display to play with. But then you get this phone and you get full screen. The under display camera on the main screen is completely out of the way. This, by the way, is a game called Multicraft. It's a ripoff of, or just a whatever, just a generic version of Minecraft. But I kind of just wanted to show it, like, this is crazy what you can do. So gaming, if you're a gamer, both are going to be amazing for gaming. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the iPhone is bad. iPhone probably even has better and more games. But if you're playing the same type of games, Minecraft, Roblox, games like that, or whatever, you know, really, really popular games, play it on the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Look how big and amazing this screen is, especially the bigger one. Next, I wanted to show some videos too on here. So just to show you, we'll play a video. Got the volume on that. I'm gonna mute that real quick. So you got some videos. I'm gonna make them large. I'm gonna max them out to their full potential if we're able to here. All right, so we got that video playing. We're gonna go to this other video, and that's completely in. Obviously, when you do this, for instance, you know, the video does get cut off some, but ultimately, iPhone, you can see you still have that part right there that's on there. The digital dynamic island is there. But again, the under display camera that's completely hidden on the Galaxy Z Fold 4 is not there. So it's very, very nice to be able to watch a video. I have to admit, I definitely prefer watching videos on the folding phone over these candy bar phones. It's just a much larger experience and more immersive. And it's great. It's so great, especially if you like to multitask, which we'll get to in a moment as well. But then the other part of it is, if you want, you can also just open the video on the smaller display, because you have this display on the outside. And if I wanted to, I can still watch it here and zoom in and all that stuff. And yeah, so really you can have any experience you want on the Z Fold 4. With the iPhone, you're stuck in just this orientation, you know, to watch the video, this size display, I should say. Now, speaking of multitasking, iPhone, at the time of making this video in 2022, towards the end of 2022, you cannot multitask, meaning you can't have, basically, I mean, I guess you could have a floating window, but it's really not the same. Galaxy phones, the Z Fold 4, for instance, you can multitask, you can have floating windows, you can have all of that. So I have a video playing here, and if I want, there's multiple ways to multitask, but I'll just show you one. I could go back into that game, for instance, and Same might not work, but you know what? It will work. We'll show you right here. So I got my video playing. I can even minimize this video, choose a different video if I want to play. Oops, I keep minimizing the wrong one. Oh, there you go. So maybe I want another Greggles TV video. Go to videos and I'll play this one instead. So I got this video playing and I'm playing a game at the same time, and I can reverse trend if I want. I can pull this up. I can even add another app if I wanted to. So I can swipe up here and you're like, you know what? I really want to go to a website. So I can bring this up here maybe. And that way I have my video kind of small and I have my video playing, my website up here. I have my game still going on. You cannot do anything like this on an iPhone. You just can't. It's amazing to be able to do that, and you can switch these around real easily when you do that. Or right here, I should say. You can save it as a favorite. You can rotate it. So all kinds of cool stuff. So multitasking, this huge display is just a huge win over anything iPhone can do. Next up, let's play a song here. I'll play it at full volume. We'll start off with this song first. All right, that was the Z Fold 4. Now we'll do it on the iPhone. All right, so when I'm listening to these side by side, volumes both maxed out. iPhone does sound a little bit bassier, a little bit louder as well. Yeah, for sound, it's definitely better, bassier, quality of sound on the iPhone. By how much? Maybe 20% better. It's not a huge, difference better, but it's definitely better. So sound, speaker difference, I'd give it to the iPhone. Next, let's talk about the cameras. So on the Galaxy phone, you have a camera right here. I don't know if you can see it. You also have a camera on the front. And you have 3 cameras on the back. Now, so basically you have a total of 5 cameras. I do want to let you know though, this camera is absolute trash. It's not very good. So I probably won't show it that much. Just know it, you probably only want to use it for video chats, stuff like that. I really wouldn't use it for anything else for that matter. This one's pretty good. This one and these 3 are pretty good as well. So I'll take some photos. There's 1 on the front here, and then there's 3 on the back here. So I'm gonna give you some photo samples and video samples on both phones and let you know what I think. All right, we are doing a portrait mode or cinematic video, however you want to talk about it, on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. And now we're looking at the Galaxy Z Fold 4. This is the front-facing camera on both of these. So you can see which one you think looks better. I don't know. I'll be curious what you guys think. I'll be curious what I think, actually, too. But let me know in the comments down below. Here is just regular video on both of these phones. On the front facing camera, no blurring of the backgrounds or anything like that. And again, decide which one is the better one. Man, the phone prices are ridiculously different, especially when you get up to the just the base price of these, $17.99 on the Z Fold 4 and what is it, $10.99 or something like that on the iPhone 14 Pro Max. This is the ultra wide camera on both of these. And also don't forget microphones. Which one has the better microphone on these phones? make sure we'll decide at the end of this little part, how does it deal with the sun? And then here is the back main cameras. Shuku, shuku. So we'll go to 3x on both of these. Shuku. Switch it back to 1x. How do these deal with light? That's one thing I don't love about the iPhone is usually how it deals with light on the photos. It has like a glare to it. And then here it is on me. Feature-wise, so let's talk about that next. So first of all, we have the always on displays. I like iPhones better. It looks better. Like it's literally on right now and it looks like it's just part of the screen. Now I know it hurts battery life a bit or maybe a lot depending upon who you are. But overall, it looks really good. Like iPhone, I mean, Galaxies and Androids in general is kind of boring. I mean, I know you can add a little photo here, but it doesn't really stand out as much as the iPhones does. So for always on display, everything, the way it looks, I'd give it to the iPhone. Next would be Face Unlock versus the fingerprint sensor. Face Unlock is very accurate on the iPhone. It works really, really good. And I also have to say that the side mounted fingerprint sensor on the Galaxy phone works amazing as well. It's really, really good. You can use it in any orientation. It just works really, really well. And it's literally my favorite place to have a fingerprint now. I used to love it on the back, but now I like it on the side. So for me, it's really gonna be preference of what you like personally better. If I had to choose only one at this point in my life, I guess I'd choose the side mounted fingerprint sensor on the Galaxy phone, but I do love Face Unlock. I know some people absolutely hate it, but I actually like it. What about software? Well, you know, if you've used an iPhone, you know what it is. It's just blocks and blocks of rows and folders, but then you also have your app library here, which is similar to Galaxies or Android's, you know, library, but a little bit more customization on that kind of stuff with the Galaxy phone versus the iPhone, but at least you have that. Also, iPhone does have the ability to kind of change some of the, you know, can change your backgrounds and your lock screens and all that stuff. So they have a little bit of customization, some of the icons if you really want to go deep into that. Androids, especially on the Galaxy side, is a lot more in depth. You get your wallpaper styles, you can choose all that and match everything about your phone to your wallpaper. You also have the option to download themes and widgets and all that stuff. And you have widgets on the iPhone as well, don't get me wrong. But overall, it is easier to customize and there's more customization on the Galaxy side versus the iPhone side. It's really almost not fair how much you can do with the Galaxy phones. iPhone's getting there slowly, but you still have to give the win to customization and control to the Galaxy phones. Galaxy phones, you can reverse wireless charge, meaning I can grab something such as another phone or some headphones or a watch or something, and I can do power wireless share. So once you turn on wireless power share, you're able to, you know, put a phone or a pair of buds or a watch on the back and charge it up on the back here. Kind of a cool little feature. So at the end of the day, it's obviously going to come down to preference. These phones are completely different in a lot of ways. This one is a folding phone with a huge display or a small display if you want to use it, or, you know, more traditional type display, I should say. This runs Android, this runs iPhone. But you know, when it comes down to it, this Galaxy Z Fold 4 is just so much more fun and interesting and controllable. And it's just so much fun with videos and games and just doing anything. Performance on both of these is great. iPhone does feel a little bit smoother with animations and things like that, but you'll notice as you open up certain things on both of these, the Galaxy phone might open it up quicker. But in terms of animations and stuff, the iPhone's super smooth. You are going to probably like or hate one of these devices depending upon which one you like overall. But the other thing you got to worry about with Galaxy Z folding phones is reliability in terms of, is it going to be durable? Is it going to break down? So I recommend getting an insurance plan if you get this phone. Get one on this phone too, you know, it doesn't hurt to get it, especially if the price is right. So overall, I would personally choose the Z Fold 4. It's just a so much more exciting, fun phone to use versus the iPhone. But let me know your thoughts. Which one do you think is the better phone? Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road.